What's up, guys? My name is Mitch Dyer. I'm sitting here with Anthony Gallegos.
Hello.
Anthony, we're taking a look at Chapter 2 of Remember Me.
Yeah.
This game is out June 4th.
Yeah, people have been interested in this for a long time since the initial announcement.
Totally, yeah. I mean, we're toward the end of a console generation. We're still seeing a new IP. It's really exciting. And as you can see, it's like a futuristic. We're set in Neo-Paris, and it's like a really interesting world. That's what stands out to me with this is the world is really, really interesting.
Yeah, from the little I've seen of it, it almost reminds me of when you watch something like The Fifth Element or something like that.
Where it's here you can see it is a future where it's kind of almost utopian. Lots of future tech, but it's also kind of run down and dirty and gross. We're in like a back alley, so that's not that kind of helps sell the case because there's just trash everywhere. But the world itself is really run down.
I was gonna say, but it still looks distinctly European and stuff too.
It does.
It's like very believable. But then there's this robot here, this waiter robot.
Yeah, and it has like human muscle skin on it. It like very much looks like a person. There's a pigeon, as you can see. It's just chilling on the table, like pigeons do in Paris. So this gives you a really good look at the world. We are 2 chapters in, so this is immediately after. This is like your first real foray into the world after the tutorial. The game will still teach you some stuff. We're going to see a lot of stuff here as Nilin, the main character, starts to learn more about combat and recovering her lost memories.
I was going to say, and what you guys are is you're kind of like a group of well, people call you terrorists, right, basically.
So I'm still not certain on how that works, but this dude, Edge, is kind of like the voice in your ear, the guy who's guiding you through everything, and he's an errorist.
Errorist, that's
he's
what
an
they call
errorist. But they are seen as like guerrilla faction freedom fighting terrorist guys. And as you can see, there's just a bunch of stuff going on in the world. Lots of stuff.
I like the sense of place they establish.
Yeah, and there's a lot of characters on screen. Everyone's just kind of doing their own thing. There's all these things you can explore. Like, you can't go this way, isn't it? Trying to get around. But there's nothing down there. But you can like sit there and listen to see like what the politics of the world are as these people are increasingly unhappy with their existence.
But I know that another
cutscene
watch
time.
It, robot.
Yeah. Well, the robot's got like human muscles. You better watch yourself.
Hey, are you okay?
She's like racist toward the robot or something, I guess.
I'm gonna be honest. In a world where robots exist like that, I'm not gonna be that into being around them either.
Right?
That thing's kind of
That thing is
scary.
haunting.
Open your eyes, robot. Please. But I'm not gonna lie, the day where I can send a robot out to go get pizza
your
or
groceries.
food, yeah, it's gonna be over.
Well, that robot's kind of just Google right now.
I'm gonna gain 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, you will never look like this, Anthony.
Yeah.
So we're still. This is something I'm concerned about with Remember Me, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really into it. This is 2 chapters in. I played a little bit more after this, but it's very slow, and there are so many moments like this where you're walking and it just rips control out of your hands, and this happens a lot. Like way more than is remotely acceptable in an action game. But you're going to get a look at combat here against these big dudes and just kind of see how the combo system works.
Are we going to break their heads with memories?
We are, oddly enough, yes you are. You're going to, you'll see. Your fist is a memory shotgun.
Oh my god.
So here you have a basic set of combos because you're really early on. It's teaching you the dodge mechanic now.
I was going to say, the combat and the way you dodge and jump over people and stuff, it actually reminds me of old Prince of Persia.
Very similar, yeah. I mean, the animation is just, it has that look and feel to it, right? Where you are just bouncing between dudes.
Exactly, like jumping between them, and then whenever you need to dodge, you don't just dodge away like you'll need to.
Yeah, and I mean, while we're on that subject, I mean, Spider-Man games had that to some extent.
Sure.
But it is drawing a little bit on that, and then a little bit on, you're going to see an overload here. Bust open his knee.
Shotgun your brain with
that is like a really gnarly execution.
No, the game has a lot of style, I'll give it that.
Absolutely, yeah. I lost my train of thought where we were before. Oh, sorry, yeah, it's a little bit Arkham City in the sense that you have all these counter systems and stuff like that. Like when you see the exclamation mark, that's your cue to counter, and you'll do your fancy
In Arkham City, though, I love the combat.
Yeah, so here it's a little bit janky, and at this point in the game, I'm still getting used to how it flows. Because if you don't time it absolutely perfectly, you break your combo, and essentially you just keep doing the exact same move over and over. And as you can see here, I only have 2 combos, the square, 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 and then the triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle. And that's it. And at this point, I don't have enough nodes. I just unlocked it. I don't have enough nodes to have a complete combo. So this combo isn't even finished until this moment.
So it's interesting, though, that I mean, it's a seemingly cool idea to be able to like create your own combos in a combo lab.
The problem is that at times you don't have enough nodes to complete all of your combos, so you have to go back and break an earlier one to facilitate your new one.
Well, I guess that's so that they only want you to have a few, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
So it's got a little bit of some Prince of Persia, Uncharted, whatever style.
Yeah. the climbing stuff in video games.
Yeah.
Some of the times the perspective is not helpful. Like there, I just kind of wung it and went with my gut. There are times where I went with my gut and fell to my death.
Sure.
At which point I had to go back like 5 minutes because checkpoints aren't great.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just keep getting reminded of Prince of Persia because the combination of the way it handles combat and the platforming reminds me of that.
There's also this area that you can climb, but there's nothing up here. Like, I don't know what the purpose is. There's nothing you can latch onto. There's nothing to see. So why does this exist?
I don't know. Maybe it's going to be an unlockable
Maybe.
or something.
I mean, this is a near complete build. What we're playing here is Capcom sent us 50% of the game.
Okay.
The game is out in a month. So I would have to imagine this is very near completion.
Yeah, I mean, I know that people had such high expectations for it, but the more that we kind of went into this, it seemed a little bit of a disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, it's here. You're gonna see the new move.
Oh, you got angel wings.
Senten Fury. Everything has weird names.
Strike harder every time and flow from enemies. All right.
Yeah, it's basically just your like super rage mode.
Sure.
Where you use it and suddenly you're just like this goddess who can one punch everything.
Oh my gosh.
It just cranks it up, right? Like she's doing such ridiculous acrobatics and annihilating these dudes.
And the funny thing is when you wake up, you don't even really know who you are or anything like that.
Yeah, she's totally lost her memories, so you're piecing it together and you're starting to realize like, oh man, I'm like a
You're
badass.
amazing. Yeah, I was gonna say.
And different moves, you can see at the bottom here you have the move tracker. Different icons give you different things. Like the explosion thing is like extra power. There's another one that gives you, it's like a little clock. If you attach that specific node to your combo, it'll give you, instead of extra power, it'll give you extra buff time. Like it'll up the buff.
And there's a way to do combos too that'll unlock health too when you pull them.
Yeah,
up,
exactly. Right? And you can, a new class of presence is available. So that's what those are, is you can jump into the combo lab, and then here's the clock. This will regenerate your cooldown.
Okay.
Faster. There's also the health and the power, as you can see above. And you always unlock different skills along the way, and then you just decide which of them you want to apply to that particular combo.
I see.
So you can have one that is purely health. So you know, like, okay, square, square, square will always regenerate health, or it will always buff my cooldown. So combat becomes not just about beating dudes, but replenishing whatever skill that you want to apply.
I see. It's a good thing none of these guys have guns.
Right? I don't know what's up with this future.
Well, it might just be like it's like a Demolition Man. Everybody's too peaceful.
Sure. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just checking my combos, I guess. Yeah, look how nimble she is.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the combat looks cool.
It does, but it doesn't feel particularly good, which is really surprising. Because you think something that looks this cool would feel really good, but at times it's really awkward and stilted. I think maybe it's just a rhythm I don't fully understand yet.
Sure.
Because you do have to kind of land your move the second you make contact. That's when you want to start your next move. So it doesn't really feel like most fighting games.
Murdering these guys.
But the problem here is, like, I have two combos, right? I have my triangle combo and my square combo. And granted, yes, I'm early, but this is well over an hour.
Yeah.
And granted, it's also probably like 15 minutes of gameplay, given how many cutscenes there are. That is almost irritating.
Well, I mean, it's hard to establish an entirely. I mean, I'm not saying that it's an excuse that's necessarily good, but it is hard to establish a new universe and establish like a whole new lore.
Right, it's trying to tell us a lot without, while trying to have a sense of pace.
But movies do it in much less time, right?
Sure, and games have done it better.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate how slow this game gets. There are times where you like invade people's memories and retool their memories in like this weird minigame system where you kind of move objects around in the world to places they weren't in their person's memory to make them think differently. And like it's a really cool idea that doesn't really pay off because it takes so long and just gets in the way of the fighting and the climbing and the cool story stuff. I guess billboards are a threat in the future.
Well, I was going to say, those look like they're digital, but I guess they're not.
I guess.
Like, it's like a hologram, but it's not quite a hologram.
Ba-dum-bum, fell to my death. But it's because I wasn't paying attention and didn't realize that you can sprint while climbing.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah. This one actually has like a pretty okay checkpoint.
Yeah, I was going to say, checkpoint.
But there were times before where I would be exploring a city and find a bunch of secrets and then it would fail. And suddenly had to go collect all that stuff again.
Yeah.
That sucked.
What's this bad request guy look like?
Janitor nervous.
See, little touches like that are so good.
Yeah, and this robot is napping for whatever reason, because robots do that in the future.
Maybe it's like the one he has relationships with.
Yeah.
And so he just makes it nap to make it feel more real.
Good. I like that. And it does some really cool stuff with perspective.
It does. Like, there's the style is great.
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, now in hindsight, like this is a demo I played. Now we're kind of doing VO over it. But in hindsight, like I looked back on this demo thinking like I'm not really into this. But watching this game is a lot more exciting than actually playing it.
Yeah.
In my personal experience.
Oh my gosh. Robot, flying robots. I'm not ready for a future with robots. Is the bottom line.
No.
No.
I mean,
I don't want to be there. Oh.
So this is me trying to figure out how to get past some stuff.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, the platforming, not terribly clear. Okay, I obviously can't go that way, so I wonder if I can go around and jump past that. Apparently not.
So you need to climb up on the sign and over.
Right, that's, I think I can't even remember now, looking back, like what the solution is. But it's just not terribly clear, because you're never instructed, like, oh, you can do certain things. Yeah, see, and now it worked. I was trying that before, and it just wouldn't let me jump over the pipe. Maybe I just needed
it's tough to a lot of platform. I used to have old problems with Prince of Persia where I would jump in a way that I totally wasn't going.
Sure, yeah. Assassin's Creed has that issue now. See, now we're on our way. Nillin's on her way to like recover a bunch of memories and stuff like that, right? So she's exploring and trying to find contacts, and here she is like exploring this big mall place, trying to find her contact. And it gives you
French.
Again, like, yeah, exactly, right? Like it gives you this sense of Parisianness, which is cool. Because that is what this game is really going for. It's very French, and it's trying to sell you Neo-Paris. But that's a solid 10-minute look at Remember Me coming out June 4th. I'm not terribly into it. Anthony, you sound a little more optimistic than me.
I mean, like you said, it looks a lot more fun to check out the world and see it than maybe it is necessarily to play.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to give it a shot when it comes out.
Yeah, we'll see how it holds up long term. Like I said, this is only half the game. This is still pretty early. We'll see how it ends up when our review goes live closer to June 4th. And for all things Remember Me, you know where to be. It's IGN.